the reason why I got viral consistently is that I just kept on watching and then I found out ito yung kulang sa market. It's not ano yung pinupush out ng market, it's more on ano yung kulang sa market. And that was what I posted. And surprisingly, that got me more than 40K followers in a month.
Welcome to Spill the Creativity Podcast, the podcast where we will be having conversations with other creatives that will inspire us, keep us encouraged, and push us to reach our own goals. This is the place where we will be acknowledging the hard truths because while this path is fulfilling, the truth is there's no easy way to do things. It all takes hard work. We are going to be talking about the good and the bad about choosing a creative career. If you're looking for a cup of stimulation for creatives, a warm cup of tea in this otherwise bittersweet pursuit, then you're in the right place. So let's get that cup of tea and get on with the conversation. Hey everybody, I have here Ida of Rixie Rising with me. If you don't know her, why? You must have seen her in your FYP on TikTok. If you didn't, why? Bakit? So yeah, to those who haven't seen your videos or to those who haven't come across your content, let them know who this beautiful person is.
Wow. So, hi guys, I'm Ida. So, like how I introduce myself on TikTok, I'm your TikTok strategist. I'm a social media manager as well, specializing on TikTok. You may know me as Rixie Rising, but my real name talaga is Ida because lots of you guys DM me with Rixie. So, it's Ida.
To those of you who didn't know, she's actually really young, like super young. She's a Gen Z.
Yeah.
So she's a Gen Z and she's already doing all this TikTok business strategy content thing. How did you end up going there? Like, what was the story behind you deciding, okay, this could be a thing that I could earn from?
Mm-hmm. With that thing or with that decision, it was just actually me wanting to learn how to do social media because my initial goal was to become a content creator. So I stumbled upon a course called Skill Up Social. And then it says that you can use it if you want to become an influencer. So I used it. At first, I started it with my business. And then I also practiced with my own account. After posting my results on Facebook, I got my first client. And then I realized I'm good at this and I enjoy it. So I just kept on continuing it. And that's how I started with it.
Okay, so initially you used the things that you learned from that course for your business, which was already Rixie Rising, or was it a different business?
Oh, it was a different business.
So the initial plan was to be a content creator on TikTok or like on a different platform?
It was a content creator on Instagram.
But you ended up thriving on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Like, how did you start creating videos on TikTok? Did you start also with a dance challenge or a lip sync challenge?
Ang cringe. Pero I started with it. TikTok started when I was in high school. So I was like around 16, 17.
How long ago was that? How long ago was high school? Because high school is like long, long ago for me.
Yeah. For me, it's not that long. I'm not gonna say it
I'm
because
not gonna ask anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna feel bad. Okay. So you started in high school?
Yeah, and my friend actually got TikTok famous from there. And then I saw people coming up to her, asking for photos, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is something that I wanted before, and she's getting it like overnight. How are you doing this? So I started doing it on my own, and I did it for like 2 years. And I wasn't getting consistent results. I got my first 100K video views, 1 million video views just for fun. But then I'm like, how do you get brand deals? How do you get followers like that? Like, what's the secret behind it? So that was the reason why I started on TikTok and why I wanted to hop on TikTok initially. With becoming a strategist, it was more on wanting to make money to support becoming a content creator.
And then right now, you are more of a strategist than a content creator, right? Like the tables have turned, but in a good way. So yeah, like one of the reasons why I really wanted you on the podcast is because I get messages from friends and even people in the community. They are always doubting whether they should start already. And some of them are my age, so millennials, and some of them are even older. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I really have the answer to like knowing when to start because it really depends per person. But I wanted to get your point of view because you started really young. So if there is like a pro and a con to starting young, maybe you could share that with us. So let's start with the pros first. Like you started when you were a teen.
Yeah.
What's the best thing out of starting as a teen?
The best thing about it is probably having more money than everyone that you know. So that's like the best thing out of it. But at the same time, it's like one of the things that you can do as a teen is that you can really like fuck it up, like actually fail because people are already expecting you to fail or not do as good because you are a teen and this is your age. So probably that's one of the pros of it.
Yeah, and that's so true. When you are in your teens or early 20s, that's really the time for you to explore. And it's so nice because the things that you're exploring now are actually giving you money. I'm pretty sure you're much richer than people my age as well. So that's pretty cool. Do your friends ever wonder what you do? Or do you also encourage them to hop on into this like freelancing stuff that we are in?
With my friends or people in school, they're so mean. Like teenagers right now, if you see like Gen Z, they're actually so judgmental and mean. Most of them, most of that I know, I would just find out that, oh no, Ida doesn't have clients because she's posting on social media. Like, what the fuck? I'm just like trying to sell here. Like, don't you know marketing? Wow. Biglang may ganon. Pero it's really like that. And they're like asking, don't you have clients? Don't you have this? Or is your business not good? And when it comes to that, parang they're not wondering if I have clients or if I'm doing good. They're wondering if I'm failing.
That is
Yeah.
so sad. And that's like crab mentality right there. I honestly thought that your friends would be more supportive because, like, I don't know, in my generation or like millennials, diba, if we know that someone in our barkada or in like our friend group is earning money, we'd all be like, hey, let's be friends. So I like at the back of my head, I was honestly kind of expecting the answer to be like, oh, you know, I'm like the coolest, most popular person in my school. But like, okay, I'm kind of shocked with that answer. But at the same time, I'm also really scared of Gen Z people because again, like they are really mean. And I was just thinking that they're mean on Twitter and TikTok, but apparently in real life din pala. Pero not to
Yeah.
generalize, but
Yeah,
like
not
based on your
general.
experience, that sucks.
It does.
But like, okay, so you're in that situation. How do you usually deal with this? Or do you even like, pinapansin mo pa ba sila? Or, you know, like dead man na lang?
Okay, so just a backstory when I was in high school, I wasn't that mean girl. It's most likely like takot sila sa akin because I've done some shit in high school. But then it wasn't like bad. But I was okay, fine. I was kind of mean. But then when it comes to posting kasi on social media, it's something that makes siguro kids nowadays or people my age cringe at. So if you're posting like an influencer, it's cringy. If you're posting about your business, it's cringy. Siguro what we expect as a business na it would just run smoothly without you posting or promoting it. Kasi that's how you know you're successful.
Parang yung effortless thing na sinasabi ni Taylor Swift, right? So I'm not sure if you've seen her speech in the NYU commencement something where she said that people want things to be like smooth sailing and then every time you exert effort, they consider it as cringe. So I think I'm having more context now. So since they see you posting, you're probably in their FYPs and most of your content is, you know, like how to be a successful social media manager or like how to be a content creator, TikTok tips. So instead of like encouraging you to keep going, you're hearing all these things.
Yeah, like I've never heard someone in my classroom or someone that I just know say like congratulations or say that you're doing good or ask for help with anything. Like
Oh,
they just view my story.
oh my gosh. That sucks. At least you have us. Like your online
Yeah.
friend who could like hype you up. Go, Ida, you're doing great. Okay, let's go back. So the pros of starting young is you have room to experiment and you have room to fail because honestly, nobody's really expecting you to succeed at this point. And it's really the time for you to explore and fail. And it just so happens that during your exploration, you found a way to earn money, both as a content creator and as a TikTok strategist. So now let's talk about the cons. Apart from the mean people in your generation, what are like the cons? Because okay, at the top of my head, I'm thinking if I started early, probably the con would be I wouldn't, you know, like enjoy my teenage years or like my early 20s as much. Is that something that you're experiencing now?
Always like there are times or days that I would just like lie on bed and be like, should I just stop this and go to college and then just experience being drunk in Taft or BGC or something like that? Like different ways to fail in this age, there's always like that time na parang dapat I should be commuting or being just like struggling with finals or struggling with homework, but it also feels like it's too much work. So like I'm not sure where to choose rin minsan.
But I was thinking, if you are going to go to uni, what course would you be taking?
The reason why I didn't go to college was actually I wanted to switch from entrep to marketing, like
Okay.
after high school. But then they were like, I can't go because I have to be 19. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll wait until 19. But then I learned social media marketing. I'm like, I don't think I need marketing. Now I don't know what course.
Because honestly, okay, I took marketing courses when I was in uni. And
Mhm.
to be honest, they were very outdated. And everything I learned about social media marketing, like content strategy, content marketing, I learned it on the internet. Sometimes I also wish na sana hindi na lang din ako nag-college. Like, promise. I mean, the only good thing about going to college is, again, yun nga, yung mga getting drunk and
Mm-mm.
friends, like the college culture talaga. But then in terms of like studying and like the things I learned, parang wala naman akong nagamit. Parang
Oh.
mga inaral yung mga pinagpuyatan ko dati, hindi ko naman nagagamit ngayon. Kasi like everything is on the internet, and I would understand the FOMO part about like the college culture. But again, like within terms of learning, I think you're okay. You're in the right path. Maybe if
Yeah.
you wanna go to medicine or like a science course, maybe that's when you have to really go back to
Yeah, go to
college.
uni. Yeah.
But like, so even when you were in high school, you already knew that you were on the road to marketing or like in the business side.
Yeah, I was in the ABM strand. I come from a business family
Mm.
and I started like selling stuff from my family at school when I was like 8 years old. And then before even becoming a social media manager, I told you like I enrolled in a course and then I used it for my business. I had two businesses at that time. So one was like accessories and then the other one was for selling packaging. So even before that in school, I would like earn 10K just doing homework. So I really knew who my market was, how to sell it, and how much I should price it. So
It really runs in your blood.
yeah.
And I'm so jealous because like not everybody knows what they want like at a very young age. A lot of people would spend most of their 20s or like their teens figuring out what it is that you like, and it's so cool that you were able to figure that out sort of as early as 8. And you did other people's homework, is that correct?
Yeah. It was
Cheaters. No, I'm
good.
just kidding. Oh my gosh, and you earned 10K from doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, these kids, where do they get their money?
There were like a lots of students, so
Okay.
ayun.
Grab it. And that's like more work for you.
Yeah,
That's
to
like
be honest.
you're doing a lot more homework than anybody else is doing, but it's okay. You have money. It's all that matters. Yeah.
Entrepreneur mindset.
Yes, correct. An entrepreneur mindset. Okay. I want to ask because we have people in the community like across different age groups, and
Mhm.
a lot of them are still contemplating whether they should start freelancing or even start exploring freelancing or
Mhm.
not. Do you have any advice for them based on your experience with like starting young or like starting right away?
Mhm. I think the biggest reason why I just do things without thinking or like just taking risks, like making a business, like everything in life has a risk. But then at the same time, it's like thinking, would you rather look back in your life and then say na, sayang na hindi ko ginawa? Or be like, nagawa ko yan, pero alam ko na it's not for me. So it's really a matter of time. I feel like kasi I know that this could come from a place of privilege na you have to try out things or do things. Pero if you really think about it, when you want to do something, you just have to put your mind to it and everything else talaga will align. Kasi I started with literally zero. Like I spent my whole money on that course that helped me start. And I had no support with my family. I think the biggest reason why I'm like really disciplined and consistent with my business right now is that I don't like feeling na parang naghabol ako ng pera. Kasi you're not gonna enjoy life if you don't have money. We're gonna be honest. You're always gonna feel na I have to pay the bills, I have to do this and that. Kasi right now, even if I'm a teen, everything that I have is paid by me. So if you want to start, you have like 10 more years, you have 1 month, you have 1 day. It takes just one step to start, and that's by either reading, watching, or just think, who do you want to be and what would they do? Then just start.
Ang pinaka gusto ko doon is yung I'm just a teen but everything I have, I pay for it. Tapaka, ano kayo dyan?
Oo, maldita.
But that is so nice. I love that you acknowledged your privilege because, again, like not everybody has the privilege of time to take these risks. Most of the people in our community have families already, they have other obligations. Some of them are breadwinners. And of
Mhm.
course, but again, even if we're dealt with different cards, it's still up to us on how we do it. And I love what you said na it just takes one step. I want to add lang na, yes, you could read all these books, but I hope you guys don't forget to take action because that's like
Yeah.
the actual step.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could read as many things and watch as many videos, but if you're not gonna, like apply it, nothing will happen. So,
Mhm.
yeah. That's really good advice. Now, okay, so let's talk about TikTok. So, I gave you a set of questions and I saw that you put here that you have been making videos since you were 5. What
Mhm.
videos were these?
Oh, okay. The first social media platform that I've ever discovered was YouTube, and I was addicted to it. And I've been making YouTube videos. I've been basically learning how to make videos since I was 5, and I wanted to become like a YouTuber. I have videos that are privated; they're not deleted just for the sake of me wanting to watch it and cringe. So there are videos there, and it's just something that I enjoy.
That's so cool. Okay, so what device were you using when you were taking videos?
I think it was a laptop.
Oh, yung
Yeah,
webcam.
yeah.
Ooh, ang labo.
Oo.
And then these like dancing videos or like you talking, parang YouTuber like na videos,
Oh,
ganon.
it was the YouTuber like.
Oh, so mga hi guys, ganon.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh. That's so cute. Okay, so you started on YouTube, but you also tried on Instagram. So what was your Instagram journey like and why did you switch to TikTok?
With Instagram, I felt like I needed to buy clothes, makeup, fashion, since that's what I really wanted, like beauty influencer, content creator, YouTuber, fashion talaga. But then it started to feel like I'm just wasting my money. And then at the same time, Shein or yung mga fast fashion, it's not good for the environment. So I was like, you know what, let's just stop this and let's become at least more mindful with what we're purchasing. And I didn't want that for Instagram. So when I was on Instagram, it was more on nurturing the audience na lang that I had from TikTok.
What was the difference when you were on TikTok? Were you still like in the lifestyle beauty makeup thing when you first went to TikTok?
Yes, the biggest difference that, or the reason why I love TikTok so much, unlike Instagram influencers, they needed to be aesthetic, visual. So you really needed to have that lifestyle. On TikTok, they really value raw content and more on personality, which is why I love it there.
That's so true. And you could really tell. I feel like a lot of the pressure, I would say, from other people is because of these very well curated photos. And right now, everybody knows na it took so many takes to get that perfect photo. But then, even with that in mind, we still aspire to be that picture perfect person with this picture perfect lifestyle. So Ida has a TikTok course and I enrolled in that. I also sort of experimented with it. I would show up with my hair done, I would put makeup, I would dress up nice. And then as opposed to just like lying down on the bed with like no makeup, not even a filter. And then yung mga parang pinaghirapan ko talaga, parang okay, 200 views, 300 views. Pero yung nakahiga lang ako sa kama, parang, okay, bakit nyo yan gusto? So, I think in a way, that's also like really nice kasi people are gravitating towards authenticity. What are your thoughts about that?
With becoming authentic sa platform, I actually freaking love it. Kasi when it comes to like Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner, like people who we idolize as Gen Z, you feel like it's so far. Pero when you see them as they're struggling or they have this same mental health issues or they're doing or they feel like the same situation as we are, like mentally and emotionally, parang, okay, they're going through this then. And it's much better to see someone na it's like selling to us like an ad. Kasi parang binibentahan lang kami, which we don't like as a Gen Z. We don't like ads. I hate ads. I just want to skip them, scroll.
Yes. Yeah.
But then when you see someone just laying in bed and then they're just talking about their life, I think the reason why we love it kasi parang yun yung kulang right now. People just want everything so fast. People want everything so curated. created. But then when you get that personal relationship, it's like you get attached to it. So authenticity and that relationship talaga you have, it's gonna be more impactful or something that's gonna be big in the coming years. I feel like where community is what's gonna matter most and not just visuals or aesthetic.
I was wondering, so obviously for you, you are also a business owner, you are a content creator. So in a way, you're also sort of managing your image and your brand. How would you say should we balance like the authentic content and the medyo produced, like production level content?
Okay. With content creation kasi, I like to think, why are people watching my content? Like, how put together should it be or how raw should it be? And to be honest, I just treat my brand or treat the audience that I have, the followers, like a person. Like, if I'm gonna share something, should I be made up? If I'm gonna be creating content na parang builds a relationship or motivational, should I be somewhere in a bathtub or something? It's more on treating your social media platform as a human. Kasi at the end of the day, you're still talking to a human. But ito talaga yung book. It's the Kim Kardashian principle. I love it. It's good if you're creating content talaga, and if you're a content creator or influencer or just in the creative industry, this is something that can really help you stand out at the same time, parang align with who you are talaga.
In a nutshell, what makes it different from the other resources out there?
Other resources like marketing or content strategy, they talk about really in-depth framework. Pero with this Kim Kardashian principle, it's more on humanizing marketing/content strategy. So the biggest takeaway I have in here is like, be yourself, because they would rather, like Kim Kardashian nga, they either hate you or love. And if they hate you, wala ka na magagawa. Pero if they love you, it's gonna be like really loyal followers and fans, which is good for your brand.
I should buy that book. And I do agree that right now people are more leaning towards authenticity. And so this leads to my next question. So one of the things that I learned from you in the course is you really have to capture the attention of the people in 3 seconds or less. So what are your thoughts about people's attention span getting shorter? Because I have read an article that says that people's attention span doesn't really get shorter. It's just that people are more choosy with the kind of content that they are consuming. So technically, we just become more mindful of the things that we are consuming. So what are your thoughts about that as a strategist?
So actually, I like listening to Brendan Kane. So Brendan Kane is someone who does viral marketing strategies. And then what he talks about is like other people, they try to watch Netflix, they watch movies, and kapag nasa TikTok ka, it's like you compare it. How can someone watch this one whole movie without skipping it? Tapos they can't even watch a 15-second video. So when it comes to my TikTok strategy, na parang it has to be stop scrolling, or it's not about the 3-second mark. It's actually, for me, most of the time, supposedly, the 3-second mark matters kasi you're on a platform where people aren't watching or going inside the platform to watch you. So if you can't make them watch in a For You page where they just want entertaining content, the rest of the content doesn't matter. So siguro the 3-second mark matters on different platforms.
I remember, and I will never forget this, when we were going through our sessions and I was sending you my videos and you were reviewing them and you were like, okay, let's watch this video. If I'm gonna ask you, why does this matter? Or why should I continue watching? What would be your answer? And I'm like, I don't know. And it makes so much sense. Every second counts because you can see it on the stats, right? When they stopped watching. So when you come up with content, it really pays to pay attention to the value that you're giving. And even if it's like quote unquote stupid or like mindless videos, in a way, you're still giving value in the form of entertainment. So that's something that people should think about when they come up with TikTok content or videos. My next question would be more on your content. So you've been doing this since you were in high school. So when did you get viral? Or when did you start, seeing the numbers going higher?
Okay. I think I saw it when, saan ba? I think in the first year na I was in TikTok, basically. I saw it once, twice, 3 times maybe. But then I was like, how the fuck do I do this as a business? So that was the time that I got serious with it. I was experimenting and doing my own research with becoming a content creator or content creation. I've been studying it talaga since I was 5. Yun lang talaga ginagawa ko. And
Wow.
I try to stop, give it up, pero it just haunts me na. Just become a content creator. Just become a content creator. before.
It's your
Like, wala
calling.
talaga. Yeah, nakakaano siya, nakakainis. Kaya I can't stop even if I wanted to.
Oh my gosh. Like what I've been always saying since kanina pa, it's so nice that you already know what you want at such a young age. Hindi mo na kailangan magmuni-muni. Feeling ko hindi ka na magkaka-quarter life crisis.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm having it na nga right now eh.
Oh no. Okay. Is it like more business related or passion related?
Actually, both. I feel like I like to do like lots of things even before high school. Like I was trying everything, like production, theater, varsity, dancing, singing, like literally everything, swimming, ballerina. I was doing everything talaga. So when I stumbled upon marketing, this is actually the longest time I've been passionate about something. I get really bored easily. So with
This
this,
is
it's like,
your longest love affair.
yeah, ito yung pinakamatagal na relationship ko.
Oh my goodness. Thank God it's marketing. It's teaching you how to earn money all the time. So we talked about TikTok. We talked about your journey from YouTube to Instagram and then eventually TikTok. We talked a little bit about the TikTok strategy that you used. So I was wondering, so a lot of people are still trying to find their way, trying to find, like their big moment or their big break on TikTok. And I was wondering if there is one actionable advice that you could give to them on how they could start on TikTok, like maybe a very simple one that they could do like right after they listen to this podcast.
I feel like the biggest advice that I want you to take, if you want like that big break or that viral video views or whatever virality metric that you want to get, it's more on studying what the market needs. Not what the market wants, pero needs talaga. The reason why I got viral consistently is that I just kept on watching and then I found out ito yung kulang sa market. It's not ano yung pinupush out ng market, it's more on ano yung kulang sa market. And that was what I posted. And surprisingly, that got me more than 40K followers in a month.
Oh, so there's really a gap between like the content that we're creating that we think the market want as opposed to what they actually need. And this is really good, especially for the TikTok algorithm. Because you know how when you go into TikTok, you just scroll, you don't really have any intention, right? Like when you get into TikTok, wala lang, pampatay ng oras. And then you see a video and you're like, wait, I need this. And then you start binge watching the content of that content creator or something. That makes so much sense. You're so smart.
Thank you. It took me mga 10 years lang, ganon.
But that's so interesting. I love that you're sharing all these tips. Okay, my next question would be if they want to have a career on like TikTok in terms of like if they also want to be a TikTok strategist, do you have advice for those people who technically wants to be like you?
I feel like my biggest advice would be just have a profile on TikTok. Because if what I don't like is you're teaching something and then you're not doing it. So if you want to have this business, make sure that you're already practicing what you're preaching. This way it gives you more credibility. At the same time, you're already experiencing the same problems that your client can be experiencing as well. So this way it makes your business like really easy to manage, easy to handle.
And this is something that you're teaching in your course, right?
Yeah. This course is actually TikTok to me. Tish got in and I was kind of harsh to her, which is how harsh TikTok. Yeah. TikTok can be way more harsh. Kasi I remember starting out, I get 200, 300 views and then bigla 1K and then 40K, then back to 200. I've struggled with that. And the one thing that I teach in my course is how to grow TikTok or how to use TikTok for your business and make it sustainable. Kasi as a content creator, I know na it can be really draining and overwhelming to have TikTok. And the thing about TikTok is that it's really a lead magnet or it's really something that you can use for your marketing funnel. So if you're a social media manager or if you're planning to use TikTok for your business and you feel like you just need the action steps, the frameworks, just to get that sustainable system for you, then TikTok to me is something that you should try out. It opens like January and it's only open for a limited time with slots kasi it's more a really like an intimate one-on-one like what I do with Tish dati. So if ready ka na masaktan pero at the same time mag-grow, TikTok to me is for you.
If they want to be part of TikTok to me, they could already start signing up. So I'll include the sign up link in the show notes. And then it starts on January. So I do know that Ida does TikTok lives where do you still do that where you do random audit?
Like randomly. Randomly lang talaga.
Randomly lang talaga. Okay, okay. So you should always be on TikTok because you'll never know that Ida might, choose you to audit your TikTok profile. And yeah, Ida's really harsh, but like she's really nice. And okay, so I remember a lot of things during our session because she's like, girl. Okay, apart from yung kanina na I shared na she's like, what value does this give to me? Why am I gonna keep watching this? So one of the questions that she asked me that I will never forget, she's like, do you know what a simple sentence is? And I'm like, do you remember that?
Yeah, it's something that I was gonna bring it up rin.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I know. And then she said, di ba a simple sentence has one subject? And then I'm like, yeah. And then she said, how about if you try that? I'm like, okay, I'll try that. So if you want somebody who really cares about your TikTok growth, Ida's not harsh for no reason. She really wants you to grow. So if that's the kind of support that you need, super like highly recommend. And then her course is not just on strategy. It also has like a mindset aspect to it. So that's also what I really like. Okay, so my next question would be, what is that one thing you wish you knew when you were starting your business, especially when you were in your teens?
One thing that I wish I knew is that you're going to lose like a lot, like literally a lot of either money, clients, experience, assets. You're going to lose a lot. It's really nakaka-stress. Mas nakaka-stress pa to sa workload sa high school. But then, you're gonna find out na when you like the business or when you know na you actually like the career that you're in, you love the challenge. And once you love the challenge, that's how you know na you're in the right path.
I love that you highlighted about losing because mostly like the people I've talked to when I ask them this question, it's usually more on the positive side. And I love how you always deal with things straightforward. And that is so true because not a lot of people really talks about the things that you're losing. Most of the time people talk about the six figures, all these clients, all these dollars that you're going to earn, but nobody really talks about what you're going to lose before you start gaining all these traction, gaining all these followers, gaining all the success on your business. So, okay, I have a follow-up question for that. You mentioned earlier that it took you a year to be viral for your content creation journey. But how long did it take you para ma-ROI or like for you to really say that, okay, I think I got this?
When it comes to content creation, I knew that I wanted or I love this challenge when I started after like March, probably 2020. I enjoyed it and then I realized that I can do it for my own account. And then before I did it on any other client, I wanted to make sure. So I helped my cousin actually get viral, which was crazy because she got like 100K followers before me. So I was like, what the fuck? I helped you and then you're getting 100K. So, so ayun, it took me like 1.5 years talaga to know na this is a framework na I can repeat.
Yeah. But like as a business owner, as like a TikTok strategist, how long did it take you?
To find out, probably like a few months kasi I started with Instagram.
The reason why I asked that is because when you go on any platform at this moment, when you go to, even on Twitter, when you go to Twitter, people are saying stuff about earning six figures in 3 days, in like 3 weeks. And, things take time before you start gaining all these figures. You're really going to lose some stuff. So we're just setting the expectation here. We're not discouraging anyone, but we want you to like hear it firsthand that it's going to get so much worse before it gets so much better. So yeah, you've been warned. Okay, so my next question would be the fill in the blank question. The question is, starting my business young made me or led me to?
It led me to being able to buy an Apple or any Apple product without checking the price tag. Yun talaga goal ko since I was like 5. I wanted like a MacBook for video editing.
Ooh, that is so nice. And that's super goals, no? Because like a lot of us still, like save up for these products and all. And you're rocking your, what's that? The AirPods Max right now. I love it.
Sponsor. The joke lang. Sana.
Yes, please. Power Max Center, you know where to find her. Okay. And we're finally down to the last question. And my last question would be, if there is something that people should know about being an independent creative, what should it be?
With becoming like a creative or being in this type of industry, there's no exact framework, no course, no mentor that will help you become successful if you don't have discipline, if you're not willing to fail, and if you're not willing to fail and continue even after you're failing. Kasi every failure isn't just a failure. It's actually something na parang it's a block that you use para become a stepping stone to your success. Kasi when it comes to school, they actually teach you not to fail. Pero in real life, they're gonna teach you, like in every marketing strategy, those failures is something that can help you become a better or create a better campaign to get more followers, like sales. Yun lang talaga siya. So embrace failure and enjoy talaga the journey and the challenge.
I totally agree with, like, when we were in school, well, at least for me, it's not that they're teaching us not to fail, but like they're teaching us to like avoid it at all costs. Like, okay, this is the reason why we're teaching you all these terms para hindi kayo mag-fail. But like, okay, those terms don't make sense anymore in the real world. For me, when I started getting into this industry, it was so hard for me because like I wasn't embracing the failure. Parang I would wallow and like really dwell into it instead of like using it as data or like a stepping stone to move forward. So I feel like if I had embraced it sooner, I would have, like created a lot of stepping stones much faster. So I really love that you brought that up because again, in the industry that we're in, failure is everywhere. And even when you feel like, okay, I got this, suddenly, boom, failure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know.
Parang loaded yung I know.
Oo, parang naisip ko na lahat. Flashback.
Nag-flashback.
Oo.
Yeah. So, ayun. Hindi lang siya isang failure, hindi lang siya dalawa. Sobrang dami niya. And another thing about embracing failure is that you get better at managing it. Na parang kung dati ako, 1 week akong umiiyak sa failure, biglang naging 3 days na lang, tapos hanggat sa naging 3 hours na lang, tapos ngayon parang, okay, 3 minutes, anong gagawin natin? Parang ganon. Parang you get better at managing it. There's one more thing that I wanted to go back to, the discipline. So discipline is also really important. And I want to ask, how were you able to do this for yourself? Because I know discipline is easier said than done. Even if you set up systems and habits, there are really days na wala, ayaw mo siyang sundin. So how were you able to do this for yourself?
With discipline, I feel like when I started, I have so much distractions talaga na parang ayoko talaga minsan gumawa. But then, when you know na you're gonna lose something, like for example, you don't do this, you're either gonna get so much workload the next day or you lose a client the next day. Just know na parang may mawawala sa'yo if you don't do this. And actually, I have this new room and it's like set up and made up for work talaga. So when I get up, I get motivated. So less friction, like Atomic Habits, so good. Less friction if you want to become disciplined, and then just do it na parang know now what you're gonna lose. It's not what you're gonna get, it's more on what you're gonna lose.
That's a stronger motivation, yung know what you're gonna lose. It's really nice also that you are learning this at a really young age because, it's really different in high school. When you fail in high school, it's just a quiz. But like now, when you fail now, it's potential food on the table that, you're gonna miss if you're not gonna do it well. So I would say like the stakes are higher this time, and then the impact is much, much bigger than it was before. And I also like what you said about like lessening the friction. You have to be proactive. Discipline is not something that you'd want to do every single day. So you have to be proactive. I'm always so amazed that you're learning all these things at such a young age. And again, I'm so happy that you said yes to this. And I really hope that a lot of people got a lot of value from our episode. Before I let you go, maybe there are other things that you want the listeners to know. Where can they find you? Where can they connect with you? Maybe you can share with us your socials.
Okay. So again, thank you again, Tish, and congratulations sa podcast mo. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok at Rixie Rising. And then if you have or need any help with TikTok management, like editing, content plan, basically things na sumasakit ang ulo nyo, I'm your girl.
So again, I hope you guys learned a lot from this episode because I honestly did. And I hope she gave you inspiration. Now, wherever you are in your journey, whatever age group you may belong in, it's never too late. And you could always start now as long as you have discipline. So yeah, we're going to see you in the next episode. So bye!
Bye!
Thanks again for listening to Spill the Creativity podcast. If you like this episode, I would really appreciate it if you can give me a 5-star rating on Spotify and a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. Or you can also take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram at Spill the Creativity podcast, and you can also try the special filters if you want. Thanks again for listening to this episode, and make sure to catch fresh drops every Thursday morning. Bye!